In theory, public sector enterprises are not influenced by pure profits and are an arm of the government. As such, concerns about excessive prices and anti-competitive practices may seem unwarranted. Yet, this assumes an idealistic view of public sector enterprises that is not borne out by reality. As an institution, a public sector enterprise may well care about its profits and market share as much as any private sector entity. Moreover, the deadening effect of lack of competition or the lack of incentives to innovate or produce quality goods and services is as likely to affect public sector enterprises where survival is assured as it does private sector enterprises. But perhaps the most important reason to bring public sector enterprises under scrutiny for anti-competitive practices is that we increasingly have an open economy where the private sector has to compete with the public sector. A level playing field is in the best interest of the public, the consumers whose interests the Commission is mandated to protect. Public sector firms, I concede, often are handicapped by government regulations on recruitment, pay, procurement and pricing that limit their business independence and flexibility. They are also open to government directives. While these directives are rare and usually in the larger public interest, they can detract from firm efficiency and profitability. Sometimes, to presumably compensate for these handicaps, public sector enterprises are given special privileges. They are favored in government contracts, for instance. Favoring public sector enterprises for the government can be anti-competitive and create an unlevel playing field. In the medium term, we have to remove the constraints on public sector firms that limit their ability to compete, even as we take away special privileges and make the playing field as level as possible. There are difficulties in doing that. For instance, the public may believe or even expect that public sector banks have the implicit protection of the government and are thus safer. An important role of the Competition Commission in the years to come will be to guide us on how the interaction between the government and public sector firms should play out to create the most competitive environment that we can.